Hey guys, so I'm taking this time to share my testimony because not only is it helping me be delivered from these things, I want to also use what I've gone through to help deliver some people. Some people might have are giving up hope, may not see any kind of hope, but I want you to know right now that God is on your side. So here are some things that I have gone through, and here are some things that I have did. So here we go. I have I was molested from the ages from 4 to 7. I was physically abused majority of my life up until there was like stop and start periods. I've been mentally abused. I've been raped. I've been abandoned. I've been in foster care. I had two near death experiences. One being in a home invasion, the other being almost falling out of a car. I've been in a cult, and I also have been cheated on. So these are the things that has happened to me, and I still have joy. I still have love in my heart for people. I still have hope and faith that God is still going to do great things in my life. And then we're going to get into some of the things I've done through being exposed to all of this, right? So I used to steal. I was very promiscuous at a very, very young age, starting at 14. I used to tell lies. I used to be very manipulative. I was very verbally abusive to my mother and in relationships when things didn't go my way. Very prideful, very disrespectful to my mother and in relationships when things didn't go my way. I was suicidal. I dabbled in witchcraft, not knowing it was witchcraft. So, like crystals and horoscopes and stuff like that. All that stuff is a gateway to witchcraft, if not indoor witchcraft. So, it's witchcraft. Okay? Don't shoot the messenger. It's witchcraft. I've been a bad friend. I used to smoke heavily, like at least 3 times a day. Wake up, smoke, take a afternoon smoke, go to sleep smoking. Sometimes I smoke to have to do just stuff, regular stuff. And I used to just worship myself. I can go in detail with a lot of that stuff. Some stories are just gonna have to wait for another day, but I'm just kind of going through it roughly so you guys can understand. Like, there's been a lot of things that's happened to me. There's been a lot of things that I have done as a person, and like I still have so much faith in God. I still have so much hope in God. Like so many great things that God has kept me through in a lot of those instances. Like during my whole promiscuity and just perversion of just being very manipulative or being manipulated by people, He kept me through it because there could have been times where I didn't make it home. I could have been kidnapped. I could have been raped and killed. I could have been gang banged. I could have been drugged and turned out to be a prostitute for somebody. Like, there's been so many instances where the Lord has kept me from things like that happening because I've seen stories where things like that has happened to people from doing the things that I was doing. So it's just like my life was very chaotic, but there was still so much grace and mercy in it. And I just thank God for His presence and for His protection and His love and His grace and His mercy because, baby, let me tell you something. So I say all that to say, when God has a calling on your life, no matter what you've been through, no matter what you've done, if you decide, hey, Jesus is my Lord and Savior, through all that keeping that God has done for you, He's going to do some great, magnificent things in your life. I decided to give my life away to give my life back to, not even give it away, give my life back to the Lord about 4 months ago, about 4 or 5 months ago, about 4 months ago, because of just hardships We always just gonna turn to the Lord through hardships, but just through hardships that I was experiencing in my marriage, experiencing with my husband's health, experiencing with my own health, it was just becoming a lot. And just becoming a mom and a wife and experiencing loss during the pandemic, you get this dark cloud over you sometimes. And the, that was probably the best thing I could have done, is just give my life back to the Lord.
I have never been more confident about a decision in my life.
I agree. I think it's superb.
Because I've had so much joy in just the simplicity. As soon as I decided wholeheartedly to give my life back to the Lord, and I tell you, I can sleep at night when I tell you the things that I was concerned about and worried about, nowhere in sight, like nowhere near. Like, yeah, I still go through stuff, but I know now, like, that's not for me to like sit here and just be down about. Like, okay, do what I can, do whatever is in my power to do, and I'm gonna give the rest to the Lord. Because there ain't no point in me being concerned or being worried about something that I have only a certain amount of power to do something about, And a big thing that I not only like question with the Lord, like, Lord, why if you're here, why is this happening? Why am I going through this? Like, I had that question too. I told the Lord when I had that experience in the cult. I don't know if, yeah, I referenced it. And it was just, oh man, I didn't even know it was a cult. But when I had that experience and I got up out of it, I was like, if you letting this happen, you know where I'm at if you want to find me. And I just left a big open door open for witchcraft. I just dove into all type of spiritual. Oh, I'm spiritual. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. I will just say now, to clarify, I am a server of the Lord. I serve the Lord. Okay. Take that and with a grain of salt. However you want to take that. I'm a server of the Lord. But it's just like, I can see if I was coming from a place of just not being genuine. And I'm being so genuine. Right? So don't necessarily just listen to what I'm saying, but like, listen to what I'm saying. I've done that stuff. Did not help. It did not work. I did it. It did not do anything for me. I'm not saying that it's not doing anything for you. Just understand, like, a lot of stuff is just portals to chaos. Portals to some chaos, to some stuff that's gonna have you glued to the bed, people be getting paralyzed in their sleep, and all of this, getting just so many demons running up and through you like a freaking whorehouse. That's not what you want. I promise you. And I'm not saying like I don't have to face certain demons from just life and generational curses and people probably speaking bad on my name or whatever the case may be, but you gotta have some fight in you.
You pick me up, yeah, when I'm so done, yeah. You switched it up and shook the drum, yeah. You show me